Commander Zethkar adjusted his neural implant as the holographic display materialized before him, showing the blue-green world spinning lazily in the void. The bridge of the Dominion's edge hummed with the quiet efficiency of 100 crew, members each one a master of their specialized role in the hegemony's war machine. "Analysis complete, Commander," reported Science Officer Veltara, her 6 arms dancing across the control interface. "The primitive species calls their world Earth. They've barely achieved basic spaceflight. Their weapons technology is laughably crude: chemical propellants, nuclear fission, and simple electromagnetic railguns." Zethkar's mandibles clicked in amusement. In his 3 centuries of conquest, he had never encountered such a backward civilization that dared to refuse the hegemony's generous offer of subjugation. When the humans had responded to their ultimatum with defiant silence, followed by what could only be described as crude insults transmitted across all frequencies, the commander had been genuinely entertained. "Show me their defensive capabilities," he ordered. The hologram shifted, revealing a network of orbital stations bristling with primitive weapons. Veltara's analysis scrolled past: kinetic bombardment systems, nuclear warheads, and what appeared to be modified mining lasers. The humans had even converted some of their space habitats into weapon platforms, a desperate move that spoke of either courage or stupidity. "Their largest weapon generates approximately 2.3 terawatts of destructive energy," Veltara reported, her voice tinged with condescension. "Our shield generators can absorb 50 times that output without strain." Across the bridge, the tactical crew erupted in chittering laughter. Junior officers shared jokes about primitives throwing rocks at starships. Even the normally stoic weapons master Korval allowed his facial tentacles to curl in what passed for a smile among his species. "Commander," Communications Officer Hiksara interrupted, "we're receiving another transmission from the humans." "Put it through," Zethkar said, expecting more colorful threats. Instead, a calm human voice filled the bridge. "This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Command. You have one final opportunity to withdraw from our system peacefully. We do not wish to harm you, but we will defend our home." The bridge fell silent for exactly 2.7 seconds before erupting in the loudest laughter Zethkar had heard in decades. Several crew members had to stabilize themselves against their workstations. The audacity of these primitives, threatening a fleet that had conquered 17 star systems, was beyond comprehension. "Respond," Zethkar commanded, wiping moisture from his optical organs. "Tell them we accept their challenge. This should be educational for the crew." The hegemony fleet moved into attack formation with practiced precision. 200 vessels, each one capable of glassing a continent, approached Earth's orbital defenses. Zethkar had decided to make this a demonstration, a recording to send back to the Academy, showing how primitive species fell before the hegemony's might. "All stations prepare for..." Zethkar's words died as his tactical display began showing impossible readings. Space around Earth's moon rippled, not visually, but on sensors designed to detect gravitational anomalies, quantum fluctuations, and dimensional distortions. The readings were subtle, almost undetectable, but they were spreading toward his fleet at the speed of light. "What am I looking at?" he demanded. Veltara's 6 hands moved frantically across her instruments. "Unknown energy signatures, Commander. The patterns don't match any known technology in our databases." The ripples reached the outer edge of the hegemony formation. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the stellar Fang, a heavy cruiser on the fleet's periphery, simply ceased to exist. No explosion, no debris field, no energy discharge. One moment it was there, the next it was gone, as if it had never existed at all. "Report," Zethkar snarled. "The stellar Fang has vanished, sir. All communication lost, life signs negative." Another ripple, another ship gone. The destroyer Payne's Edge winked out of existence mid-transmission, its captain's final words cut off mid-syllable. Panic spread across the bridge as Zethkar watched his fleet disappear ship by ship. The weapons master frantically tried to target the source of the attacks, but his instruments showed nothing but empty space. The ripples were coming from everywhere and nowhere, passing through their shields as if they didn't exist. Full retreat, Zethkar commanded. All ships emergency jump to hyperspace. But the ripples were faster. They swept through the fleet like a tide, and wherever they touched, hegemony vessels simply ceased to be. Not destroyed, not damaged, erased. Gone so completely that even their gravitational signatures vanished from spacetime. In minutes, 200 ships became 100, then 50, then 10. Zethkar stared at his tactical display in horror as he realized the truth. These weren't weapons in any sense he understood. The humans hadn't been threatening them with primitive missiles or nuclear warheads. They had been trying to warn them, away from something far more dangerous. "Commander," Beltara whispered, her voice trembling. "I'm detecting massive gravitational anomalies throughout this system. It's as if space itself has been weaponized." The final transmission from Earth came as the Dominion's Edge prepared for its emergency jump. "We tried to warn you. We've been practicing for this war longer than your species has existed. We didn't develop these weapons to fight aliens. We developed them to fight the universe itself. Space, time, gravity, quantum mechanics. Everything is a weapon if you understand it well enough. Your technology is advanced, but you never had to learn to think like prey. We did." As the jump drive engaged and the Dominion's Edge fled toward the outer system, Zethkar caught a glimpse of Earth on his sensors. The blue-green world continued its lazy rotation, looking exactly as peaceful and primitive as when they'd arrived. But now he understood the truth. Humanity hadn't developed advanced technology because they hadn't needed to. They had turned the fundamental forces of reality into their arsenal. The last thing Zethkar saw before jumping to hyperspace was another ripple expanding outward from Earth's moon, searching for the final few ships of his once mighty fleet. In that moment, he realized that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology at all. It was their terrifying ability to find new ways to kill with whatever tools they had at hand. The universe itself had become humanity's weapon, and they wielded it with the casual precision of apex predators who had spent millennia learning to turn everything around them into instruments of survival. In the depths of space, the hegemony fleet vanished in silence, leaving only the humans and their quiet, patient world spinning in the void.